Hello. Welcome to our energy forecast for the week ahead. We are looking at September 15th through the 21st. Theme of the week is into the unknown. Surrender to the unknown. Let the unknown unfold for you. So this is a week where there's a lot of astrology, but there is one central piece of astrology, okay? And that is that we have a partial eclipse on Tuesday. We're going to talk about it, but eclipses bring change. So we have this really, poignant energy. And by the way, if it's something you want to dive deeper into, I am selling, it will be a downloadable workshop in which you will just be able to pay, and it comes with a journal. The journal's like 10 pages long to deep dive you into this energy. And the focus of the eclipse is releasing criticism for compassion. And there's a workshop that supports it, and it will bring you into that energy. So if you are interested in that, I will tag a link for that below. Okay. Okay. I'm going to flip another card. What else do we need to know for this week? Because it came out as I was like talking about the eclipse. Okay, cool. So this is the Flower Therapy by Oracle by Doreen Virtue and Robert Reeves. I don't often use my Doreen Virtue cards anymore. It's been a long time. They've kind of been in retirement. These are like Doreen Virtue, if you're like just getting into spirituality, I wouldn't necessarily recommend her now, but I would say her cards have a easy sense of getting into what it is to establish a relationship with an oracle deck or potentially even a tarot deck if you wanted to go further, because they're just simple. So I don't really recommend her now. She's gone off. She's sort of denounced all of her work that she did here. But anyway, I have a bunch of her cards, and this is what called out to me this morning. So it's neither here nor there. So emotional clearing. Okay. I'm sorry. Emotional healing. And then let your inner beauty shine. So these are wonderful cards. And there's even a message. It's safe for you to let go of old emotional pain. And by doing so, you allow your heart to mend. And you are a brilliant example of God's love. Everything about you is perfect. So let your light shine and inspire others. It's almost like this is in alignment with that eclipse energy, because eclipses bring about this sort of erratic, almost even like temperamental energy. And usually it is connected to change, and it usually spews a bunch of stuff up, which is why the astrology is the center post, and like all of the other astrology is kind of moving around it, because all of that is in alignment with the ability to actually clear stuff up. So it brings everything up to the surface so we can skim it off the top. And that's what eclipses do really, really effectively. And they're, I call this like this in the workshop, but they're like exclamation point energy. It like emphasizes anything that's going on in your life in any way. If it's like anger that's being brought up, it's going to emphasize it. If it is passion that's being brought up, it's going to emphasize it. If it is, excitement, it's going to emphasize it. And so we get this sort of exclamation point energy that is supporting us through the week. And if you are aware of it, it will not dominate you. You can kind of just, again, take your hands out of the pot and be like, you want to know what? This is simmering all on its own. It doesn't really need me to do anything. So just be aware, because stuff is going to come up. That is the emotional healing, but it's coming up to let out whatever is underneath inside. That is what actual shadow work integration is actually moving through these emotional landscapes so that you are able to better understand your experience of authenticity and your own energetic integrity. Okay. So that's kind of our energy theme of the week. Let's see what we have on a day-to-day basis. Whoop. Okay, whole bunch of cards wanted to come out, and I have a feeling we're like right in alignment with, I don't know which way to go, so I'm going to put these back, but it was the Death card, the Lovers card. Okay. That clearly wants to come out. So this is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Okay. The cards look vast, like there's a wide array of things that are happening this week, which makes a lot of sense because there is this kind of crazy, exclamation point energy. Sunday and Monday, and again, I'm not going to really talk a lot about the astrology outside of the eclipse because that is the major key point of the astrology this week. So on Sunday and Monday, we've got both the Hierophant and the moon reversed. This to me is about, again, and this is kind of a looking back at last week, because even though I break these down by week, energy isn't looking at the calendar. So everything is kind of fluid. And if there's something that resonates, you might want to go back to last week and then come back next week and listen to this one, because there's all these energy threads that are building together. But we're just not talking about them that way and making it more digestible by going week by week. But it's obviously connected to other stuff that was happening last week. It's not like the energy definitively runs from this day to this day. I don't know why I felt like I needed to say that, but just so you're aware. So we've got the Hierophant and we've got the moon. This is about, again, bringing your dreams out to fruition. And that was a big theme of last week. There is this idea for some of you, you're going to go into business with somebody, or you're going to be offered a position that is like your dream position and you could have never imagined it. Could it also be the Hierophant is also connected to government in many ways. So on Sunday into Monday, especially because we're around the eclipse energy, we're already in the eclipse energy. We may be, and currently, even though this partial eclipse is in Pisces, the official eclipse season is in Libra and Aries. And Libra is the sign of justice and political, balance and things like that. And so there's also something here for the collective that feels very much like what is happening in our country. Like there's some sort of news that's going to come out or something, that makes headlines. I mean, I know politics are all in the headlines right now as we're approaching election day, but there really is something about that Sunday, Monday energy that's like, something is being illuminated or exposed in this eclipse energy. And again, that is part of the erratic change. So I'm not sure what that is, but let's just keep our eye out for it. Additionally, though, I feel like some of you, this is going to be elevating to your spiritual purpose. For some of you, it could be about partnership. There could be something about gay rights or LGBTQ rights that come out in the beginning of the week. So I'm kind of just picking up on all of the themes that I'm seeing. Sadly, even though I don't want to talk about politics, I am seeing these two dogs here. So there might even be more information coming out of this debate that Kamala Harris and Donald Trump just had, about Haitian immigrants eating pets, which is obviously just not true and is ridiculous in so many facets, and that we would even spew that. And if you can even see, this moon card is an eclipse. It's kind of got the sun and the moon like in each other. And so there is this like eclipse energy that is coming out, even though that's on Monday and the eclipse is technically on Tuesday. It is preparing us for that energy. And this card to me also does have like to the current politics, which is, you can see that there's a divide, and then so I don't know, there just feels something political about this. And again, it could be LGBTQ, it could be, something shocking about, I know that we have already had Joe Biden drop out, but it could even be global. It does not have to be here, by the way. I'm speaking domestically because I live in America. And I think a lot of you that listen and watch this are in America, but there could even be some global news that impacts us. Obviously, we as a nation are very deeply interwoven into a lot of international politics. So it's just something to keep our eyes out for, but it could also be relational. It could be an elevation of status for us. Sunday, Monday feels weighted, But on a personal level, it doesn't feel like it has to be bad. On a collective level, it doesn't feel like it has to be bad either. It kind of just feels like, let's pay attention to what happens on Sunday and Monday, because there's information that is being offered to us, and it might not be so overt, especially on that personal note. It might not be that it's in the headlines of our personal lives. It might just be like that small, subtle voice inside our inner knowing that is asking us to trust and listen to whatever that message is that's coming inside. The moon is connected to our intuition. And so when we have something like the eclipse, it's like amplifying our intuition. This could be vivid dreams that we're having around this time, even prophetic dreams, prophetic daydreams. Like you just have this inner sense or inner knowing about something. You need to pay attention to that this week, because there is something that comes out in Sunday and Monday that is like waving us down to offer us information about what the eclipse is actually bringing up for us. So that's Sunday and Monday. Okay. Then on Tuesday, which is the actual eclipse, we have a partial eclipse in Pisces. Now, right now, the eclipses, the nodes are transiting through Libra and Aries. This is an eclipse that is happening that will be bringing us into our next eclipse cycle, which is Pisces and Virgo. So right now we have this partial eclipse in Pisces, and moving through Pisces right now is Neptune, which is an amplification of Piscean energy, because Neptune is a veil and it is the natural ruling planet of Pisces. So we get this like double Pisces energy in the pot. We also have Saturn moving through Pisces right now, and that is where we are breaking addictions and illusions and delusions. So this is happening for everybody, but there's like a lifting of the veil, perhaps during this eclipse energy, or even a slight peek behind the curtain about what is to come in the next year and a half as we move from our nodal points being in Aries and Libra into Virgo and Pisces. But the card that we have is the Three of Wands. Now, there is something that is already established that feels safe and secure, and this could be your delusions, okay? Or where you feel like, I don't want to see the truth of that. Sometimes we have that, okay? Everybody, we're human. It is organic and natural to not be all eyes open all the time. There are things that we, even if that inner knowing is telling us something, there are times that we choose consciously or subconsciously, we elect to ignore that information because we're in love, because we're afraid, because whatever. So there is something in this energy that is asking us to, again, leave what is safe and comfortable for what actually feels empowering. And when it comes to Pisces, this could be pursuing your art or your craft. Pisces, could be offering us an opportunity to go deeper into our spiritual path. This philosophy feels safe and secure and comfortable, and this is how I've always viewed the world. And now I'm opening up to new thoughts and ideologies and philosophies. And what does that say, about me? And my workshop for the eclipse is about leaving criticism behind for compassion, because I think that is a lot of what is being eclipsed here. Something is being, skipped over or like moved through really, really quickly, eclipsing it. And that is in its opposite sign, which is Virgo, which is innately a critical sign, and it works in its favor. It's one of its gifts. But when we're so critical, we're not offering ourselves or others compassion. We're missing a point. And so there could even be some breaking down of your own walls of how self-critical you're being, or how self-harsh you're being. Like, I could never do that. I'm not a good painter. I could never make money off of it, and yada, yada, yada. And you just keep criticizing your own work. It's not perfect. It's not good. It's not this. You're never going to get anywhere if you don't loosen the reins a little bit. Shake it out. Okay. As my Lord and Savior Taylor Swift once said, shake it out. For some of you, this could be international travel or actually moving abroad. Information about a job or an opportunity that is coming in from overseas could also be coming up for you during this energy. And again, because eclipses are erratic and quick changes and very sudden, it's not energy that you want to ride the wave of, but it is opportunistic. Again, if it's somewhere in your chart where it's that exclamation point in like the really passionate or expansive way, trust it. But again, trust your gut, and you don't have to rush into decisions. You can allow the energy to come from a rolling boil to a simmer before you dive in and make a full commitment to something. But for some of you, you may see that opportunity or information or whatnot comes in. So that is Tuesday. On Wednesday, we've got the Queen of Wands. So to me, there is almost like a settling, an immediate settling of the dust where based off of whatever comes up in this eclipse, we feel empowered. We feel illuminated. We feel lit up inside by our passions, by our joie de vivre, by whatever makes us strong. We are living into our compassion and our warmth. And to me, I don't know, she's the only queen in the deck. She's not the only card in the deck, but she's only the only queen in the deck that actually has a domestic animal. She's got her black cat. Now, I fancy myself the Queen of Wands. Okay, I have a sunflower tattoo. I've had it for many, many years. And now I have 3 cats. So one is near black, not all black. But so I've always fancied myself a Queen of Wands. And why I like her is because she's warm and she's generous with her energy and she's bold. And this is that like eclipse energy of like the sun partially hitting that moon, and we're in touch with it. It's like it's illuminating something within us and emphasizing something within us that is a gift, skill, talent, or something that we want to bring out into the world, that we're, through the eclipse energy, as we're kind of slowly riding that wave again, not diving in with 2 feet, able to start actually embodying. Okay, that's Wednesday. Thursday and Friday kind of feel like they go together. We've got the Knight of Wands reversed, and then we've got the 8 of Swords reversed. So again, this is asking us to slow down and not take so much quick action, not to go overboard with letting our thoughts run rampant. This is asking us to slow down and make sure that our mind, our emotions, our spirit are all aligned with whatever decision we're about to make next. Because anything, you will hear all astrologers say, like, this is not a time to plant a seed. This is not a time to manifest. Okay, that doesn't mean that like life just stops happening. If you were manifesting something, the eclipse energy could be the thing that shakes it up so it emerges to the surface so you can witness it and connect to it. But this isn't the time to like sorry, speaking of my cats, to be like all in, full speed ahead. It's not that type of energy. It's asking us to really consider if this is what we want, especially if it's something that's seemingly coming out of the blue and you haven't been manifesting it or working towards this thing in a while. You have to understand that the energy is not stable ground energy. So whatever you are cultivating right now, especially if it's not something you've already been working on, the foundation isn't necessarily secure. But you need to look at that and you need to trust your gut. If your fear is the thing that is stopping you, okay, it's asking you to stop and witness that thing so you can invite it in to heal it and nurture it. If the opportunity is causing fear, though, for other reasons or anxieties or whatnot, it's probably not right for you, okay? That's Wednesday and Thursday. I'm sorry, that's Thursday and Friday. And then Saturday, there is a balancing or a passing of the torch. So it might be that you make a decision and you offer this information to somebody else. It could be a reconciliation of somebody from your past to bring you more information or understanding about the opportunities in front of you. It could be that you finally decide to take up this new mantle, and so you're taking the old one and passing it down to somebody. Whatever it is, for some of you, it could be, again, like inheriting a home or a new living space, or some kind of living opportunity that feels almost kismet. Um, there's an emotional settling here, but in the understanding that we are being gifted something, and that we are then responsible for gifting something back out into the world. All right, so that is the week ahead. If you are interested in the workshop for the eclipse, that'll be below. And then I just want to say here, I am also doing something for equinox, something similar. There's no workbook, but there is a YouTube video that you can buy. That will be next Sunday. But if you're interested in that, just make sure you go and check out my website, because it will be available before next Sunday. And because you need some materials and resources and things like that, you might want to like buy the video the day before so that you can actually do it on equinox and have the resources that you need. Okay. All right. So thank you for being here. I will see you next week. Happy eclipsing. Go enjoy it.